welcome to a Memorial Day week edition of the Throwing Bagels podcast. Kevin Mooney here with you alongside Chris Douglas. Hey, Chris.
Kevin, what is going on? Happy belated Memorial Day to
Oh,
everybody.
man.
I am still buzzing from the weekend because Liverpool just lifted their 20th championship trophy in England. What's up, the Reds again? Yes, on still on a high. Still
Still
on a
on a
high.
hot. That was how long ago? Like a week and a half or
Well, so
2 weeks? Or,
they clinched it a month ago, but
oh,
the trophy always gets lifted on the last home game of the season, which just happened over the weekend. So buzzing,
gotcha.
baby, buzzing.
Well, then, fair enough. Fair enough. It's another shoot the breeze edition of the Throwing Bagels podcast. And I'm wondering, Chris, if we should label our first ever episode. Does that qualify as like a shooting the
That's a
breeze?
great
Because
question, actually.
we didn't have a guest on that first ever
No, we
episode.
didn't. We
It
didn't.
was the three of us just knocking stuff around.
Yeah.
But the podcast was just a
It
little
was
twinkle in our eyes
in
at
its
that point.
infancy.
Infancy. and now it's become a podcast adored by tens of people worldwide.
Tens
Thank
of
you,
hundreds.
and we appreciate every one of you that
We do.
that
Very much
puts up
so.
with us.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
And that's nonsense.
Jason, by the way, I can't believe I didn't mention this first off. Jason's on assignment.
He is
That's
on
why he's not
assignment.
here.
It's
So I'm sorry, Jason. We didn't mention you right off the top. That's
it's a
my
fun
bad.
assignment, but he's
Entirely, it
not
is a
here.
fun assignment, and I'm sure it's something that we'll be reading about in the very near future.
Yes. Well, we hope so anyway.
We hope so. Yes. So it's a very good assignment, and he'll be back soon. So let's shoot the breeze, Chris. It's Memorial Day weekend, or just passed, and really, it's the unofficial start to summer. So now we really start to look forward to things we're going to do over the summer, and places we're going to go, and food we're going to eat, and accomplish maybe several of those at the same time.
Yes, no doubt about that. Because it's the unofficial start to summer, and you're right. All the vacations kind of get planned throughout the summer, and barbecues are starting. You can smell it in a neighborhood, and you
Oh
can
man,
smell it when you're driving by other people's houses and not our neighborhood, and it's just wonderful. It's just, especially when the sun is out. And it's like that perfect temperature of like in the 70s, and it's not too
Mm,
hot and it's not cold. That's it. That's Memorial Day.
that is, you find a big tree, sit under the tree, get some
Oh,
shade, man.
yes. A little picnic. Absolutely.
But yeah, it's of course it's always important to remember why Memorial Day exists, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I didn't know this fact, but did you know that Lyndon Johnson declared Waterloo, New York as the birthplace of Memorial Day? I did not know that until
Yeah.
I actually started researching. So that's pretty,
Mhm.
I mean, Water Waterloo, New York. I mean, there's outlets there. It's kind of cool, I guess.
There's a casino there now, right? That's a
Very,
lago.
yeah, very close. Yes, very
Um,
close.
Arguably the most famous native of Waterloo, New York, is former New York Giants head coach Tom Coughlin,
That's right.
who
Yes.
won a couple of Super
Super
Bowls.
Bowl champion. That's right.
So, but yes, so Memorial Day, really the time to remember, acknowledge, appreciate sincerely the service men and women who lost their lives while fighting on behalf of our country.
Yes, absolutely.
So we mentioned before about looking forward to things taking place over the summer and eating and barbecuing and places to go. And Chris, I don't know about you, but I can't think of. There are very few places in the summertime that I can think of that are better than a ballpark.
Yeah, it's you have
I
a
mean, for you, you're
sport.
like, oh, well, Greece is way better than
Well,
that.
I
But I
mean,
mean,
yeah. I
I
mean,
could, yes,
fine.
okay, fine.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you go. Yeah, listen, Greece is calling me all the time, right? I go to the islands, have a little souvlaki, a little salad. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. But you go to a ballpark, right? And what's the first thing you think about when you go to a ballpark besides, the game itself, food, beverages. I mean, what
Yeah.
are you going to get, right? That's the ultimate question. Like you walk in before you even get to your seat, you're trying to find out what does this ballpark have, right? And there's always go-tos. Every
Mhm.
single ballpark in all around the country is going to have a hot dog, a hamburger, some sort of a soda beverage, and beer. Like those are the staples, right?
Yes. And for me, I'm pretty traditional. I stick to the basics, and I'm not interested in eating wings, like trying to
It's
balance
hard to do.
like a napkin full of wings on my lap. Like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
No, it's got to be easy. You got to
Yeah.
get, like easy to stuff in your mouth. You don't get stuff all over your hands. So that's my criteria for good ballpark food is I don't want to be a mess. Like I'm not eating spare ribs
Right.
at the ballpark. It's not gonna
You,
happen.
oh, you can't because you can't, like you're saying, you can't balance it on your legs. Like
No.
first of all, the seats in most stadiums are not terribly comfortable in the first
No.
place. So you've got, and you're lucky if you have a cup holder. So you're fumbling around your drink,
Right.
putting it under your chair, and then you're balancing. If you're lucky, you have a
Mhm.
tray that they give you, and how you can't eat wings at a ballpark. Like that's
No.
just
It's
it should be against the rules, right? You shouldn't serve that sort of food at a
mhm.
ballpark. It's got to be handheld food that's not going to make have all kinds of stuff all over your hands and all over
Right.
your mouth. You don't want to
Right.
look like a slob.
Exactly. Exactly. And now, if we lived 10 minutes away from City Field, I'm sure that my favorite foods would be a hell of a lot different.
Yes.
They would be a lot more rich, shall we say, or more extravagant because they have a lot of food at City Field. But for me, I'm going to base this on the many trips I take. Me and my wife, we go to Syracuse Mets all the time, several times a summer, and like I kind of have my favorites. So like for me, I find I typically when I go, the soft pretzel
Good one.
is a food that I have to have at least once when I'm there,
That's a good
right?
one.
Tater tots.
Ooh.
Now, I gotta say that now of course the name escapes me now. Wildcat. So the Wildcat opened a
Yes.
restaurant location in the ballpark.
Mhm.
Wildcat is based in what, Syracuse,
So they're in
Liverpool or
Camillus. They're out in
Camillus.
Camillus.
Okay.
Yep.
So really good sports bar, good local Syracuse area sports bar. And their tater tots are fantastic. So that's another one. And still they give you get a fork and now you're doing all right. You're
Right.
not making a mess. They're good. Chicken tenders is another one, like
It's a classic. Yeah,
pretty good.
classic.
Uh, I- Ice cream in a helmet. I mean, hello.
Yes, of
And
course.
I think we can all agree on what the number one food is. It is of course the hot dog.
You got to have a hot dog at the
Hot,
ballpark, right?
you got to have that. And for
It's a
me,
must.
no, I don't even put any condiments on it. I'm just like, give me the
Really?
hot dog, and I'm just gonna eat the hot dog.
So you're
That's
going
it.
hot dog dry.
Yes.
No, wow. This
No,
is this is shocking here.
is it? I
Yeah,
don't know.
because I gotta have when you have a hot dog, right? You gotta have some mustard on it,
Okay.
and I put ketchup on it as well. I know there's a lot of people that are gonna say you can't put ketchup on a hot dog. I call BS. Put anything you
Okay.
want on a hot dog. All right. People put chili on hot dogs.
They
People
do.
put all kinds of stuff on hot dogs. By the way, can I have a chili dog at the ballpark? That's just going to be a mess. It's going to be all over yourself.
Right.
So I agree. The hot dog is number one ballpark food. No question about it. I'm surprised you said tater tots because that's pretty interesting. Did you have like cheese on the tater tots? Did you put ketchup on there?
So you can either get them just plain or you can get them loaded with cheese and bacon bits.
Oh my
And
God.
so I've done both, and I'm okay with either.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds delicious, man.
They're good.
I've got to try it. Next time I go, I'll have to try out the tater tots. It's wonderful.
Highly recommended.
I mean, who doesn't like tater tots?
I don't know.
I mean, it's like tater tots. They're pure, they're potato, they're fried. Like it's it's Americana, man.
You know,
Americana.
I just realized, I mentioned I mentioned tater tots and chicken tenders and hot dogs. It's like I'm reading off a kid's menu at a restaurant.
It's
Ice
but
ice cream in a helmet.
but like when you go to the ballpark, you feel like a kid. I mean, it's you know
Exactly.
what I mean? Like sports does that to you, man.
It
It does that
does.
to you. So with the chicken tenders, do you dip it in a sauce? You get a sauce, or you just go plain?
I'm boring, man. Just
Really?
yeah, just plain. I'm good. I mean, occasionally I might do barbecue, but that's about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, do
Now
you do
at
you
the
do that at a
ballpark,
restaurant too?
right? No. So at a
Okay.
restaurant, like if I'm at Tully's or somewhere, I want the honey, give me the honey mustard.
Gotta have, yeah,
Um,
especially if you're going to Tully's. If you
right,
get anything but the honey mustard
right.
sauce at
What's
Tully's,
wrong with you?
there's something wrong with you. Yeah, there is, no question.
Or the blue cheese. If it is a hot, if you're doing the buffalo tenders, then
Yeah,
you want the blue cheese,
you
I think, for
do.
that.
You do.
I keep it really simple at the ballpark because I don't want to be wearing it.
Yeah, for sure. Now you've seen some of these extravagant, like, on like ballparks where they have like these, 10-foot long hot dogs and like
Yeah,
these ridiculous sandwiches and stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
and they're like way overpriced for what they are. Like, it's ridiculous. I would never get anything like that. I'm not even to try it. I don't even care. Like, you can't, I mean, it's too bougie for me. You gotta be basic at the ballpark.
totally agree. Have we completed your list of foods, or do you have any
Yeah, I
others
don't
on
think
your
so.
list
So
there?
like I think my go-to definitely is a hot dog for sure,
Okay,
but you gotta have I gotta have some ketchup and mustard on there. You gotta have ketchup and mustard
okay,
on. There's no, can't go dry. It's because then you're drinking a gallon of water and like it's then you gotta get up and go to the bathroom. It's
fair enough.
you gotta try and stay in your seat as much as possible. Pay a lot of money for the tickets. And then I'm probably gonna go with probably a good old-fashioned slice of pizza. Gotta have a nice good slice of pizza at a ballpark. It could be pepperoni, but it gets a little too greasy. I think just a regular cheese slice of pizza at a ballpark is usually a go-to as well.
Not bad. That like was on the bubble for me, so that would definitely if I had expanded my list, pizza would be there.
Now, the pretzel, which I also enjoy a good pretzel. Do you use condiments on the pretzel too? Do you dip it in a little mustard, or do you just eat it plain with the salt on it?
Plain with the salt.
Man,
Yeah, that's
man.
it.
So then you're drinking like a gallon of water there, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Uh, yeah. I mean, I'll do like diet. Give me the diet Coke. Give me some water. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
So what about a nice bag of popcorn? Like popcorn is like a staple too. That can get a little messy if
Yeah.
around your feet when you're start shoveling in your mouth and it falls all
Right.
over the place.
Not against the popcorn. Like when the Syracuse Mets first started, they used to have a big helmet and they filled it with popcorn, and I would get one of those. Like, yeah,
Did you wear the helmet
that's right.
afterwards too?
Of course.
Yes, of course.
Get the grease all over my hair. There you go. Yeah.
Sure, Allie was
Mm,
was a fan of that.
yeah. Another interesting thing came up recently where the three of us were talking, via our vaunted text group chat.
Which will never
Uh,
be made
no,
public
no,
ever.
never, never. About mascots. And like somehow I think it was one of us, was it Jason? Like something, a post
Yes,
about the mascot Hall of Fame.
which had no idea that even existed,
No,
and
I
it's
didn't either.
spectacular.
It seems like it might even be internet only. Like I don't think there's an actual museum that you go and
Hmm.
visit. It's just exists online. Um, but they were looking at candidates for this year, and it got us thinking like okay, this is interesting. And it was to my relief, Mr. Met had already been inducted, so he's already in. But Mrs. Met is on this year's
That's
ballot,
right, and she better get
and
in.
that absolutely has to happen.
Can't have Mr. Met in and not Mrs. Met. That's ridiculous. Should
No,
have gone in as a couple.
right? No, this that's a fair point. And also to our relief, Otto the Orange
That's
from the
right.
Syracuse Orange, that he's already in. So now they're taking applicants, from other college programs, and naturally that got us thinking about Oswego. Like there's a whole list of SUNY mascots, and we were talking amongst ourselves, like we don't ever remember seeing like a physical representation
No,
of a mascot
mm-mm,
on campus.
not at all.
So thanks to our friends at the University Archive Office, Zach Vickery and Austin Richardson, they're fantastic people, by the
Oh,
way. Can I
so
just say
awesome.
that again?
So awesome.
So we asked them, "Hey, what's the deal with mascots at Oswego? Were there ever any?" And something Allison's mentioned was Pucky the Penguin, and and I'm gonna share that for Chris, and then it'll be on our YouTube feed, so don't worry.
I have never seen this
Okay,
mascot.
you've never seen the
I've never seen
mascot.
it. So this is gonna be a
Okay,
live shot of me reacting to
to Pucky.
Pucky
All
the
right, now
penguin,
I have to
correct? Is that
find it.
right? It's Pucky the
Yes.
penguin.
There he is. So Pucky the Penguin.
We gotta get Pucky the penguin back. Are you kidding me? That's great. This is
So
great.
let's see, Pucky, and here's Pucky skating on the ice at Romney.
Wow, how did we miss this? So Pucky
He
was not around when
he
we were
wasn't there.
there.
We just missed him by a year or 2 years or something like that. Because let's see, these Laker jerseys with the little wave on them.
Love those.
Gotta come
They
back.
gotta come
Gotta
back
come
too.
back. Absolutely have to come back. So anyway, so this article here, 1995 Ontarian talked about Pucky the Penguin, and it was had only been on campus for the past year. So 1994 was the debut of Pucky the Penguin, and I don't know that he made it more than three years, 4 years.
That's
Because
incredible.
yeah,
We need to sign a petition to get Pucky the penguin back as a physical mascot on the campus of SUNY Oswego. That's got to happen.
all right. So there's actually another mascot that
What?
goes back even a little further
Really?
than Pucky the Penguin. Yes, and this one, I uh, I don't know how
Not
you're
as
gonna
good?
feel. I don't know
Okay.
how you're gonna
All
feel
right.
about
This
this
is
one.
a live reaction here. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Yes. Give me that old school cartoonish drawing of a penguin. This is excellent.
So this is the Oswego. All right, the Oswego
Yes.
is a seagull with a cap. It's got the green all around the back, the yellow panels in front with an O on top, and he's holding a balloon, and it just says Oswego in green across the seagull's chest.
I mean,
And there you go. There's your
the
Oswego.
bill looks like the toucan, right? It's like a
Yeah,
toucan style bill, but it's a seagull.
it's a seagull. And let's see, do I have no, I don't. I lost it. I thought I had it up here, but I don't. There's an Ontarian article, I think it was in 1987. That was the basically the debut of Oswego.
Okay.
So let
Whoever
me
is listening from the administration at SUNY Oswego, anyone that's in charge or has a very high position, we need to bring those back. Both of them. I don't even care. We can mix and match them. That's totally fine. They have to come back.
all right,
Those
here
are
we go.
great.
So the Oswego. So first official appearance this semester, and that was from an
1987. Wow.
Oswegonian in October of 87. So that's when the Oswego debuted, and we have no idea when it stopped, when it ended.
It was before our time, so it
Oh, yeah.
obviously did not last that long, but I wonder if they
No.
just ran out of people that wanted to do it.
So the Oswego was actually on the uniforms of the women's basketball and volleyball teams.
What?
And there were special versions of the gull for other sports.
Why is this not a secondary logo on the jerseys of all the sports teams? Like it's gotta happen.
So there you
Like,
go. There's
that's
your
so
logo.
great. And it's
Okay.
got like pretend chucks on there. That's so awesome. That is so cool.
So I guess we need to bring the gull, the Oswego back. UAA, by the way, the balloon that the seagull is holding is short for the Undergraduate Alumni Association.
Huh.
So that's the balloon there that it's holding.
That's
So
really
there you
cool.
go.
That's
So
such a
those,
cool logo.
yeah, those are the mascots that we know of that Oswego has
That's so
deployed
cool. I
over
had
the
no
years.
idea that that was even a thing for either one of these. Like I those that's brilliant. Thank you so much to the archives office. Like that
Yes.
is so cool that they dug these up. That is so awesome. We need to get that penguin back and it needs to be skating around the rink every single hockey game, men's and women's. If I knew how to
All right.
skate, I'd do it myself. Just saying.
Let's make it happen, Chris. Let's go.
I'll learn to skate and I'll do it. I'll do it.
So that got us thinking about, what our favorite mascots are. We already mentioned, Mr. Met and Mrs. Met, obviously, tops. But what about like other college? I mean, Otto the Orange, of course.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
totally famous.
I feel like I'm obligated to say that Touchdown the Bear, which is Cornell Big Red's mascot,
Cornell, yeah.
that's up. It's pretty iconic. And that's one of my favorite ones too. But besides, of course, Oswego, look, we can't even Oswego would be number one no matter what, of
No, no
course.
question.
Of
Of
course.
course.
But if we had to pick someone other than Oswego, that would be where we're going. And you know what? If I had to pick a SUNY mascot, I may have to go with Blaze, who's the mascot of the SUNY Cortland Red Dragons. That's a
That's not a bad one.
pretty nice
That's not a
mascot.
bad
You
one.
know?
But I did do a semester there, maybe a year at Cortland,
Mhm.
the Red Dragon. So that's cool. I like that mascot. That's not a bad mascot. But I have to say, my favorite mascot is from my community college out in Troy, New York, Hudson Valley Community College, Victor the Viking. You got to check
Nice.
that mascot out, man, because that's an awesome mascot. Just a big beard and just like this Viking thing. Like it's just cool. It's just a cool looking mascot. That's my favorite SUNY mascot.
We'll have to dig that out. Uh, and show it to our friends
Yes, we
in this.
should. We should definitely do
So
that.
we'll
By
see.
the way, Upstate Medical University has a mascot, Hero the Wolf. Like what?
Oh yeah, didn't they just come out with that?
Yeah, it's fairly
Like,
new, I think. But like I just it. I mean, it's just like it's like a bad like version of like Wiley the Coyote in blue and white. It's
gotcha.
just it just doesn't look great. I don't know. Why do you have a mascot? I mean, you're a hospital for crying out loud. Come on.
Right. That's
And
for
I mean,
it's for the kids.
yeah, you're probably right. They probably yeah, probably. Now I feel bad.
Oh, don't feel bad. It's all right. Well, no, that reminds me of when I started my MBA program at SUNY Empire. SUNY Empire is online only. Like
Yes. Yep.
that's it. They don't have any classrooms. It's all done online, and that's really why they really appealed to me for
Mm.
my MBA. I mean, long story short, I looked at Oswego and I wanted to do Oswego's MBA program, but I would have had to have taken additional courses.
Yeah, they're very
Be,
stringent on their
yeah,
prerequisites. It's crazy.
well, because Oswego and Empire use different accreditation bodies.
Mm.
So, and at my point, I'm like, I don't want to take any more classes than I need
Right.
to. so,
Exactly.
so I said, sorry, Oswego, I love you, but I gotta get this through Empire. So, but right as I started my MBA, they they decided, well, we've been around for almost 50 years and we've never had a mascot because we don't have any teams. We don't have any sports teams, so we don't need
Right.
a mascot.
Right.
But they started developing esports teams.
Oh, cool.
And now they're like, okay, well, now we need to develop some kind of, mascot, some kind of jersey that our esports competitors can wear. And so they put out a call in the fall of 2019 to submit for people to submit their ideas, and they came up with some pretty good ones. They had about 180 submissions.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
for possible mascots, and they whittled it all down to three. Right? It was Van the Vanguard, uh, Cam the Chameleon,
Oh, chameleon.
and Blue the Bluebird.
Nice.
Bluebird, by the way, the official state bird of New York.
Yes, it is.
So that kind of gave it a leg up, I think, on everyone else. So 10,000 votes were cast among for one of the three mascots, and it turned out that Blue the Bluebird was the winner, and that is now the official mascot of SUNY Empire State. And for the last 5 years now, 5 6
Yeah.
years.
That's a pretty cool bluebird mascot. A really good
Yeah,
decision.
thank you, Chris. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I did cast my vote
I was going to
for
ask.
for
I was
Blue the
going to ask, which
Bluebird.
one did you vote for, though?
Absolutely. Blue the Blue. I can't remember if I submitted one.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember for the life of me if I actually submitted one, but I know for a fact that I voted for it was a tough time, Chris. Like, because this was 2020, right? When all this
Yeah,
stuff,
I'm middle of COVID.
I'm like, I had no idea what 20, like the moment I started my MBA program in the fall of 2019, the blur, just a
Yeah,
blur until like the
yeah.
middle of 21. Everything
I
in between,
yeah.
forget it. I don't know.
I think you speak for everyone when about that blur. Like, it's just
Oh
like
my God.
it. I don't remember what happened in that time. Like it's just, I have no idea.
It's just this 2 year window that just
It's
I
so
would like
weird.
to just delete. My mind has deleted it
Yeah,
because
seriously.
I'd rather not go back there.
No, I don't think anyone
Man.
does.
So there you go. There's our look at the
Do you have a
mascots.
do you have a favorite mascot that's not in college? I know I'm putting you on the
What, like
spot here.
Ronald McDonald? Like what are we talking
No,
about
I meant in
here?
sports, but I mean, if you like Ronald McDonald, that's cool, man. That's cool with me.
I thought, okay, so like non-sport, like gotcha. So sports, but
Sport, a
not
sport mascot.
sport mascot.
Yeah, like a professional team, like a
Like besides the
professional.
Mets, of course.
Yeah, besides
Right.
Mr. and Mrs. Met, of
Besides
course.
Mr. and Mrs. Met. I cannot. It would pain me to talk about the Philly fanatic. I just can't bring myself.
I mean, that's a classic
It's a
mascot.
classic mascot, but I just can't, Chris. I can't.
I know, and that's okay because I mean,
But I
no one.
can't. You know what? Actually, we were talking about it. The Brewers mascot.
That's a good
Uh,
one.
what's his name?
The name
Bernie.
escapes me. To
Yeah, I
Bernie, there
think
you go.
Bernie the Brewer.
There
That's
you
a pretty
go.
good mascot.
That's a really good one. That's a really
Yeah.
good one. For
I mean,
me,
the San Diego chicken, but that's old. Like
that is old. I think
that's
people will remember the
passe.
San
That's
Diego chicken.
way
Are we dating
no.
ourselves there?
Only us old people would
Yeah,
remember the San
seriously.
Diego chicken.
San Diego chicken. That's a great mascot.
It is though.
Um, I am partial to Benny the Bull.
Of course you are.
Benny the Bull's a cool mascot, though. But what was that mascot for the Phoenix Suns, though? It was the gorilla, right?
Yes.
And he would like during like intermission or like between quarters and stuff, he'd like do like crazy stunts and like
Yep.
jump up and like dunk the ball from like 50,000 feet in the air.
Right.
Crazy, crazy stuff. But Benny the Bull for me, like that's my guy.
Of course. We don't really there aren't really many mascots I can think of among the New York City or New York based teams. I mean
No,
the Islanders, I think, have a
they have a mascot.
I think so. I think they have a dragon. Or maybe I don't know what I'm talking
Not
about 'cause
not a
I'm not
very
in the
memorable one if you can't remember it.
I don't know.
Uh,
Um
I
but
do know that the growing up, and Joe Yurden will attest to this. The Albany Firebirds had a great mascot. It was like this Firebird with like fake fire like wings coming off like his wings and stuff. It was really cool. It's a cool mascot. We'll have to try and dig that one up too. But that was a really cool one growing up.
Sparky the Dragon.
Sparky the Dragon for
That's
the Islanders.
that's the Islanders mascot.
Why is it Sparky the Dragon? Like
Why
I
not?
don't understand. There's no like you're named after an island. Like out like a dragon. There's no dragons on Long Island. Like what dragons are on Long Island?
I don't know.
Why can't you be like a seagull or something?
Seagull. That
I
takes
mean,
us back to Oswego. And the
that's right.
funny thing, the funny thing is that my high school, so I went to Staten Island Tech, and our colors were green and gold,
Mm.
and our mascot was a seagull. We
Really?
were we were the Staten Island Tech Seagulls.
That's pretty cool.
And and here I go to Oswego, whose colors are green and gold, and they at one point had a seagull as the
The
mascot.
the
Like, what is
Oswego. That's right.
the
Yeah,
Oswego? Uh,
that's pretty cool.
maybe they'll return to that one day. You never
That'd be
know.
so awesome.
You never know.
That'd
But
be so awesome.
so we've seen two mascots of Oswego in the past. Now the question is, like, I'd always tried to picture what a Laker would look like. And I picture a grizzled guy in a raincoat in a boat on a lake,
That's pretty good. That's pretty good right there. Yes.
like that
That's
old
pretty good.
Islanders logo. Remember that one? The
Yes, I do.
Gorton
Yeah.
fisherman logo.
Yeah, I would imagine it'd be something like that, or like a
Mhm.
captain of some sort, like a
Captain
captain with a captain's hat, and I don't know, something like
could,
that. Because
like,
you're
yeah,
on because they have the wheel
the
like on
ship's
the
wheel,
soccer
right?
jersey, right on the hockey jersey rather.
Hmm.
So yeah, like a pilot or something like that. Not a pirate, a pilot. We don't want pirates. Oh,
That
that'd be
makes
kind of interesting
sense.
too.
A classy looking skipper, right?
Yeah, they're a
Hey,
skipper.
skipper.
Exactly.
There you
Yes.
go.
Nailed it.
Now let's go with the seagull.
I'm telling you, that seagull's got to make a comeback.
All
That's got to
right.
be like a little patch on the side of a jersey or something. That's really cool.
What do you think, Chris? I think we got some pull now, right? We have some
I think we can
some
make some
pull.
mentions here. Yeah, I think we can make some
That's
phone
we go.
calls. Let's make some phone calls.
All right.
Let's try and get the administration on top of that. Or
All right.
whoever is in charge of making logos, probably the marketing department. Let's get the marketing department on.
Let's go. All right. This was great. This was
That
a
was fun.
fun little journey on a Memorial Day week. And you know what? We're going to see you again really soon. So
Yes,
we
indeed.
do want to actually, who's coming up? What were we talking with the head coach of the women's SUNY Oswego women's lacrosse team, Britt Howard, is going to join us on our next Throwing Bagels podcast. Phenomenal season
Excellent
for
season.
them,
Yes.
including an NCAA tournament appearance, undefeated in the SUNYAC. I mean, wow, that's just a
Excellent season.
fantastic
Yeah, very
season.
great
So
season.
really looking forward to catching up with Coach Howard on the next edition. Next edition, I got it. Edition, and Jason will be back with us too
He
from
will be
from
back.
assignment. So
And maybe he'll share his experience from his assignment.
maybe he will. Throwingbagels.com is our website. Our socials are on the homepage. So check them out. Throwing Bagels Podcast at gmail.com is our email address. Hope to hear from you soon. And we will see you next time. See you, Chris.
Sayonara.